Anyway, we're gonna talk about the Bad Bunny thing just a little bit. I don't want to dive too deep into this, but I did want to mention it because I know my guy Lee talked about it as well. I'm gonna play this clip and then we will take it from there.
Like, who is this man? Golly! He can't sing. I mean, like, what is this? Golly! This is ridiculous. And got the American flag and all these other flags. And yeah, God bless you too. Get off the stage. Please get off the stage. Get off. Put the game back on. I can't stand this.
She speaks for a lot of people. Did the NFL make the right call with the Bad Bunny halftime show? I'll begin here. They didn't. They didn't at all, and it was a flop. It was not a smart move by the NFL because you look at the preliminary ratings, it showed a 39% decrease in Super Bowl halftime viewership this year. I believe Turning Point USA had their own American halftime show, which drew 6.1 million viewers, which could have been the NFL viewers, okay, if they didn't sell out to the mainstream narrative. So to me, this is not about conservative. This is not about democratic politics. It's not about politics at all. It's not about this country being divided, which it is, and the NFL living in that world. It's about the NFL turning its head and turning its back on the hardcore fans, okay? The one that helped build this empire that the NFL is printing money out from now. This guy, Bad Bunny, I never listened to him before. Didn't speak no English that I could understand at all. Didn't understand one word, and I get it. The NFL, they want to expand the Latino base and whatnot. And, I understand that Jay-Z is the one that actually does the selection. So, but I do believe this one was 50-50. I do believe that Jay-Z and the NFL collaborated on this one because of that goal of trying to expand to the Latino base and whatnot. I believe one of the executives came out and said that they wanted to expand the Latino beach, and the takeover was missing that. So I do believe that both Jay-Z and the NFL partnered to make that selection. But again, you turn your back on your fans, your hardcore fans, just like the NFL's been doing lately. I remember a couple years ago when they hit us with the Peacock. You got to watch the playoff game, Chiefs and the Dolphins on the Peacock. My dad missed the whole entire game. My dad been watching football since I was born. Okay, he couldn't even watch it because he didn't have Peacock. So again, even down to the streaming, the NFL is in this type of mentality where it's like, okay, we'll forget our hardcore fans so we can continue to do this expansion. But is it going to work? Do you think that anybody who watched this show just to watch Bad Bunny is going to come back and all of a sudden be an NFL fan after this? And in fact, the numbers say that you lost viewership. Okay, you lost 6.1 million viewers who watched the other halftime show that was going on in conjunction with that one. So to me, this was the NFL trying to make a gamble. And look, the NFL has done some amazing things and made some amazing decisions, but not every decision is an amazing one. This one is not. Michael, I'll let you go.
I didn't have an issue with Bad Bunny performing, right? I remember years ago seeing Coldplay. Y'all know any Coldplay songs?
Right.
Seeing the Rolling Stones. And for so many years, it felt like it wasn't for us, people of color. Like, oh, this isn't for us. We just here to watch the game. And now Jay-Z is finally stringing together some people that are not only famous to, white folks, but also famous to people of color as well. So you've seen Rihanna from Barbados, right? You've seen Kendrick Lamar from Compton, California, and now you get Bad Bunny, who, hate it or love it, he's one of the biggest artists in the world because so many people in the world speak Spanish. So It made sense because of what's kind of going on right now, the location being here in California to where, it's a lot of Spanish-speaking people. And, he's a guy that has a star name and things like that. So it made sense, right? I wasn't going super crazy for it because I don't speak Spanish. So it wasn't like I was going to know the records. But I'm like, who would you want to see? Sabrina Carpenter, Billie Eilish, you know what I'm saying? Like, then you would have had all of your black audience
No
like, all
and
right,
no.
let me just go make my sandwich or put more food on the plate while this is going on. I believe he broke Kendrick's record of 133.5 million. I think he's at like 135, which both of them passed Michael Jackson, who I believe him and Prince had the two greatest performances of all time. But I believe that Jay is doing a better job of spreading the wealth, right? So if next year they want to give us Taylor Swift or somebody like that, I can't complain about it, because they gave us Rihanna, Usher, Kendrick Lamar, Bad Bunny, and things like that. So I had no issue at all with it. A lot of people that were complaining, they were going to complain no matter who it was, right? Kendrick Lamar was coming off the big win of a battle against Drake. He had the biggest song in the world, and it was still complaints when it made the most sense. People were, people that look like us were saying, "Oh, Lil Wayne should have did it." Them white people really would have went crazy if Lil Wayne was performing. They're like, "What? Who is this guy with dreads out there with this white cup in his hand?" So I just think that people they looked for anything to complain about, and because of what's going on, the people on that side really was like, "No, we're going to hate on it." And that same 6 million that wasn't watching it, they probably didn't watch Kendrick Lamar's performance as well. So people just gonna complain. Hey, it's 12 minutes. It's not killing me. You can walk away, go and make,
Lee,
get you a drink or do anything. So
Lee, before you get in here, man, I'll give you back the time. Okay.
Yeah.
The NFL is tone deaf. Clearly, and I hate to get political here, but I'm gonna have to in order to make my point valid here. There's a lot going on politically with ICE and with everything that's going on. No matter where you stand on that side of the street, it is what it is, right? The NFL is tone deaf. We are in the middle of a divided country, and the NFL, by making this election, chose their side. And that's what we're ignoring here. This is not about taking a random dude or a dude that's the biggest, a Spanish artist out right now, right? It's about understanding the economy of where we are in as a society and what's going on. And by you doing that, you are going to upset a base that is 50%, which is conservative, of your viewership, right? So that's you taking a side. You look at the NBA with all this political commentary. All of a sudden, Doc Rivers is Malcolm X. All of a sudden, Steve Kerr is Malcolm X, right? That's why the NBA viewerships is going down too, along with other stuff that we are going to talk about later on in the show. The NFL don't want to play in that game. I'm not saying that the NFL is trying to get political. I'm just saying that you can't be tone deaf, right? There could be a fight going on around me, right? A big brawl. But if I step into it, whether or not I'm in it now because I just stepped into it inadvertently. So again, to me, the NFL stepped into a politically divided country by doing this, clearly with ICE and everything that's going on. He had the flags at the end of the thing. First of all, Spanish people don't even rock with Haitian people. Haiti and the Dominican Republic. I'm preaching. I'm dropping signs. Haiti and the Dominican Republic is like brother and sister geographically, and yet Spanish people don't even rock with Haitian people, and yet you got this propaganda with him holding up the Haitian flag like he cared for Haitian people. It's all propaganda, and the NFL decided to lay it, and that's why, to me, it was a bad idea.
Hey, before you go, Lee, they just dropped the official numbers for it. So all-time peak moment was quarter two. It was 137.8 million. Bad Bunny's halftime show is actually second all time after Kendrick, 128.2 million. So people could say they boycotted it or not. It was 128.2 million people that tuned in for this performance. I was looking at the video on YouTube, like within 2 days, it already had 50 million people to go and watch that video. So people are tuning in because he's that popular. Like I'm saying, no other artist could they. Drake has turned it down according to his people multiple times. We know the issue with Chris Brown. If Chris Brown were, I would love to see Chris Brown do it in LA. But then now you're going to get all of the people who he's a woman beater and things like that. So it's going to be political either way. I believe they picked somebody that they felt was a little safe. You know, he wasn't going to do nothing too crazy, and you know, he was preaching the togetherness
this is the
of the
music
Americas.
industry. They all got dirt on him. They all got dirt. Okay, they said something about. Listen, I don't believe Michael Jackson did what they accuse him of, but you know that was a narrative running back then. So they all got dirt on him. That don't stop the NFL. The NFL care about money, which is fine. The viewership, that's fine. But again, look where you're at in this political economy right now. But go ahead, Lee.
Well, and you guys said some great things, and it you know, the debate is kind of interesting to me because it did get political with, you know, the president tuning in and chiming in rather, and talking about Bad Bunny and he shouldn't perform and all that good stuff. But CBS reported that it was 135 and it was the most watched halftime performance, and that says enough right there, Leel, because you got to understand, Bad Bunny has 3 of the top 5 recordings in the world, right? He's an international star. And remember this about the NFL. The NFL is going international with the game, right? The NFL wants to play 18 games abroad this next year. So they want to play in every country. And all it is, to your point, Leel, is another revenue stream for the NFL. They want to play 18. Well, they're going to play 17. If they get this 18th game from the Players Association, they'll play a full season with every team playing an overseas game. That's what the NFL wants to do. It helps their brand and their marketing to have Bad Bunny because he's a world-renowned performer. So their marketing strategy for the league itself is what Bad Bunny gets them. And I think they did it. They set out to do it, and they executed what they wanted to do. And, you know, look, all of us in the United States are going to watch the Super Bowl. I don't give a crap who's in it, who's playing. That's an annual event that every American is going to watch. And we watched it. That's 6 million people that tune on to the Turning Point. That's nothing. That's nothing in the grand scheme of the people that left. 6 million wasn't nothing. They were hoping that Kid Rock would bring larger numbers. No. Nobody wanted to see Kid Rock. You know, so what the NFL did was strategic. It supports their global strategy of bringing the game across every country. They're back in Mexico City next year. They're in Brazil next year. And these are all Spanish-speaking countries. And so this is what they wanted to do. They did it. They executed it. And I have no problem with, look, you know, the people that didn't know Bad Bunny, they're like, who is this? I ain't never heard of this guy. What is this guy doing? Right? But and because it was in Spanish, most of us were just looking at the women dancing, right? It was a nice show. We didn't have to
cover your eyes, children. Cover your eyes, children.
Yeah. Hey, I know this.
It wasn't offensive. And so, look, man, I think it was, you know, well done for what the NFL, because I look at it from a different lens, right? What the NFL wanted to do. That's why they didn't blink at all when the president was saying it, because their strategy was, we're finna take this thing global and we're going to take the NFL from like a $25 billion a year industry to 35 billion. So that's what I would say. So I have no problems with it. It is what it is. I watched a little bit of it and I went and got me something to eat.
Man, nobody complained in 2020 when it was Shakira and J-Lo, right? And then nobody complained. Right? Yeah, grinding, doing their thing, 2 women doing it. And then nobody complained when it was Coldplay, who aren't from the States, right? They're from overseas. So it's just, I just think that a lot of people, some of the crowd, they want to see some of the older artists get their opportunity, like we've seen in the past when you've seen the Coldplays, the Who, Rolling Stones. I'm looking through a list right now. You know, you've seen the Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
All of them are foreigners. All of them are foreigners.
Yeah, all these foreigners.
Is American. Come on,
man, is American. So they just don't want to see. They don't want to see the young people shine, especially if they're a little different. And they got to realize, hey, time for moving on.
I mean, that's an understatement. This guy's out here wearing dresses. I mean, come on, bro. I just can't rock with that. Listen, there's no type of viewership on money that will make me co-sign a move like that. But again, Jay-Z is the one that's actually making the decision. I believe that he got help from the NFL in this one. And look, I had to watch it because I was not at home. If I was home, the TV would have went click, 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 click. I would have clicked it so fast, my brother, like the movie Click. Okay, all right. But you know what? I was at a guest house, and you know, my friend Suit and my friend, you know, they were Spanish, so you know, they were vibing. I give them that. They had their moment. I had to watch it, but trust me, if I was home, it would have went click. All right, they would have lost the viewership in me.
Question.
Okay.
So, like here in the West Coast last year, Kendrick did the show. You know, everybody was going crazy, right? It's Kendrick. How was it on the East Coast as far as people's perception of seeing Kendrick do the Super Bowl? Because you heard the people who had their things to say about him. So that's what just kind of has me on the point. Like, people won't complain unless it's their favorite artist. I can't name one artist that, if they perform, that everybody is going to be like all in, you know. Like, I can't tell you one artist that has that type of love and appeal. So that's why I kind of was just like,
did nobody complain about The Weeknd when The Weeknd did it, because we all knew The Weeknd was one of the biggest pop stars out. You know, I don't got nothing against The Weeknd. I thought it was a good performance.
Every song The Weeknd sings about drug use, though, Leel. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Recreating stuff, okay?
I don't really listen to The Weeknd, so when he performed, it kind of was like, I don't even think I really watched it.
Now, y'all wild, The Weeknd can sing. Know what I mean?
He can't. No, I like his music, but it's drug infested in all the lyrics.
Now, you know who they can get? You know who they can get that nobody should have an issue with? All this man do is talk about drinking champagne and wearing robes is Bruno Mars. All right, they should get Bruno Mars.
Yep,
he's done it before.
He did? When?
He did it with that. They did it. Yeah, they did it, didn't they?
Yeah, he did it. Yeah. So the people that, like, you know, I've been talking to a lot of people who are like Drake, of course, if he were to, but I don't know if him and Jay-Z are cool to that extent.
Yeah,
it's gonna be in LA next year too. So, you know, that will be different. Chris Brown will be one of the bigger ones, but I know a lot
if you want a performer, somebody that's gonna put on a show, you call Chris Brown.
Yeah,
absolutely. And then with it being in LA, another name for you guys to look out for. So Bruno Mars did it 2014 when it was in New York. He hosted it and brought out the Red Hot Chili Peppers. But Tyler, the Creator, might be a name to look out for because he's been really hot, winning Grammys and doing all this stuff. And he's a real showman. So he's a name to look out for. But Chris Brown will be ideal to get that.
I agree with that.
But
I think that he will do it because the build up and the anticipation for him. Look, like you said, Leel, I mean, if we went back and looked at all of our backgrounds, we got something in it. He's matured as a performer and a man, and so, you know, I think the fan would love to see it because he's just a generational talent.
With all this,
what about Jay-Z? What about Jay-Z? You can't put Hov up there.
I mean, I don't think Jay-Z gonna pick himself. That would be one of the all-time sliceiest moves, you know, shiestiest moves that you can pull. You know, but
New York, man.
Maybe Nas. Give me Nas.
Sports, politics, conspiracy theories. We are here to give you our unique perspectives on things happening in the world. It's the one and only, The Real Leel on The Real Leel Show.